Alright, so you earned a viewer. What do you do next? How do you keep their attention? Hello, Bruin creators! It's Anna back with another video. Today we're going to talk about how to get and keep viewers' attention. For most of us who are starting out and have smaller channels, this is really important because growth doesn't come from your small base of 20 friends who always watch your videos. Growth is going to come from new viewers who probably don't have any pre-existing interest in your content, will probably only watch one of your videos, and will only give you a chance for as long as they aren't bored. And though it's not quite as important for channels with more subscribers, it still applies very much. So today, to understand what you can do to hook a viewer, we're going to watch a video from the channel Sabrina. Sabrina Cruz has been on YouTube for a while, and her channel used to be called Nerdy and Quirky, but now it is called Sabrina, and she has started a project with two friends, Taha and Melissa, that's called Answer in Progress. The type of videos they do are kind of explainer type essay videos that are usually half scripted and ask some sort of really experimental and fun question. One thing I personally admire about the videos are the motion graphics that go along with the explanations. I think they're really cool, but it's probably a little complicated to dissect today, so we're going to look at what they do to attract people to their video, hook them in, and keep them interested. The video we're going to check out is the most recent episode by Taha, which is called Why Your Parents Suck at Texting. And already starting from the thumbnail and the title, there's a question posed. Why do parents suck at texting? Whether or not you already think that parents aren't good at texting, this video promises to explain something you didn't know if you click on it. The premise is clear, the thumbnail is easy to read, and your curiosity is piqued. So that's tip number one. Make sure your title and your thumbnail can attract people to click on your video. You can't judge a book by its cover, but you also won't pick it up if you don't think it looks interesting. Alright, so you earned a viewer. What do you do next? How do you keep their attention? Well, with our short attention spans and with the unlimited of content out there that you can spend your time on, it's usually said that you have about 30 seconds to keep your viewer watching. So let's check out the first 30 seconds of this video.
Okay, for the video, I need you to pretend to be me on Twitter.
Excuse me?
Thank you to the Great Courses Plus for sponsoring this video. Hello, how's it going? I am Taha, and I am what some people would consider an extremely online person. Basically, I tweet a lot, and sometimes people ask me why I tweet so weirdly, maybe using commas in a strange way, or formatting tweets very specifically.
So what happens in the first 30 seconds? Well, first there's a small preview titled Coming Up, then a short sponsorship cut, and then he jumps right into contextualizing the video after saying, "Hi, I'm Taha." Now, this exact sequence may not fit every type of video, but for these explainer type videos, it is really effective, and if it fits your videos in any type of way, I suggest it. What does that little coming up segment do? Well, it's meant to show a snippet of something funny, exciting, or mysterious that's coming up later in the video, and you have to keep watching to get there. After that, he inserts the sponsor, which he was probably required to insert there. But it also serves as a great divider between the preview and the main content. And once the main content starts, he doesn't hesitate to get right into it. Why does he tweet so weirdly? Why does he use commas? You want to know, so you keep watching. So yeah, this is just one way to start a video, but if there's a video that you ended up watching for longer than you thought you would, go back and study it. What kept you there longer than you intended? How did they grab your curiosity? What obligated you to stay? So of course, to get views, on YouTube you need a good title, thumbnail, and first 30 seconds. Those are really important. But unless your video takes advantage of pre-existing audience groups, you can't rely on YouTube alone to gain new viewers. There are just too many videos out there for the YouTube algorithm to understand that it should be promoting yours. So the solution to that is self-promotion on different social media platforms. I'm going to say that the most used ones these days are Twitter and Instagram, but that's not to say that you can't use pretty much any other platform out there. It's all about understanding where your possible audience could come from and whether you can use those platforms to reach possible viewers. For example, Bruin creators post a lot of promotions on Instagram because a lot of Bruins use Instagram relative to Twitter. However, for Answer in Progress, they don't do Instagram promotions and they do most of their promoting on Twitter. Now, I don't know much about marketing, that's not my expertise, but I do know that an effective technique that's used often these days is posting short preview clips on social media. Using pretty much the same principles as the first 30 seconds of a video, you try to hook someone's curiosity to see the rest of the video by clicking through to YouTube. I think it's pretty clear that in today's digital world, visual media, being images and videos, are much more attractive to the eye than just plain text or links. So let's check out the snippet that Taha posted on Twitter the day his video went up.
Hello, how's it going? I am Taha, and I am what some people would consider an extremely online person. Basically, I tweet a lot, and sometimes people ask me why I tweet so weirdly, maybe using commas in a strange way or formatting tweets very specifically. And I didn't really have an answer for why it be like that. It It'd just be. Until I got this text from my dad asking me how I was. And it got me thinking about why when older people text, it always seems so blunt or tonally off.
So, as always, there's no right way to do these, but there are some best practices that he did include in his video. Firstly, there were subtitles. This is important mainly because of two things. Number one, accessibility. This helps include deaf people and people who need text to help absorb videos. And number two is because we're always scrolling on mute, right? Firstly, when videos pop up on your timeline, they're silent. So a video of someone talking without knowing what they're saying is not likely to get your attention. And second of all, he included a progress bar. This just helps keep the viewer engaged and understands what they're getting themselves into when they're watching the short video. And as a side note, of course, when you're producing for Twitter or Instagram, be sure to Google best practices and best resolution sizes because the format you should put your video in is a little bit different than YouTube. And of course, this is not the only way to put a snippet on Twitter. If you see video previews on Instagram or Twitter, I encourage you to study them and pick out what you like and use them in your own promotions. Alright, to close out this video, we're gonna watch one more snippet that he put on Twitter a couple weeks later as kind of an in case you missed it, to invite viewers one more time to go watch the video.
I'm fine is a very different response to I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Even though the actual words themselves are the same, what is communicated can vary. However, what's seen as a neutral tone can vary wildly, especially between young people who grew up learning to communicate socially on the internet, and those who didn't.
Well, that's all for today's video. I hope you learned something, and keep looking at the videos around you to learn about how you can edit your own videos. Until next week, happy editing.